Hey guys, my name is Tanisha. I make videos on sewing, thrifting, and upcycling. Today we're going to learn how to take in the waist of your jeans with a simple alteration, and no one will even know. Okay, so let's get started. First, you're going to need a marking tool and a ruler to mark where you want to take it in at. And then you'll need your sewing machine, or you can hand sew it if you want to, and a seam ripper. Okay, so first you're going to start with marking where you want to take it in at. This is for someone else, so I've already marked it while it was on them. And you can see I need to take that much off. It's about like, fully, it's about like 2 inches, but an inch on each side. So we're going to first start with taking the belt loop off, and then we're going to take that middle seam out and then the seam that goes along the waistband. Okay, so now that we have all the seams open, we're gonna find the middle of the back of the pants so we can cut the waistband right at that middle, and then we'll reattach it later after we take in the actual pant. So if you haven't already, you can go ahead and turn your pants inside out. I kind of just like to see what I'm doing on the front end before I get to the nitty gritty. But so now we're just gonna clean up all those loose threads just to get the space real clean before we get to sewing on it. Okay, so remember we did that first marking while it was on our client or on ourselves. So now we're just gonna reinforce that and make sure that we bring that line that we had at the top to an even center point down the back. So you may need to make that line a little longer past that, like that seam that's in the middle of the butt above the pocket. You might have to take it a little lower past that, just because we want the seam, the new seam that we're creating, to flow evenly with the natural curves that we have. Okay, now it's time to sew. So you're just gonna mark, whether that's with pins or with the marking tool that you have before. Just mark where you want to sew that line. It's gonna be the same line that's on the opposite end. I kind of just eyeballed it, but if you want to transfer that line to the other end, you can go ahead and do that. And then you're just gonna sew a straight line down the back and make sure that you follow that line that flows into the old seam that we have. Cut off the excess fabric and make sure you leave about 1/2 inch. Okay, so that 1/2 inch that you left, you're going to fold that to one side and then do a top stitch. And actually we're gonna do 2 top stitches. So you know, on the back of the jeans where it has those 2 rows, so one is gonna be the closest to the seam, and then one is gonna be about 1/4 actually of an inch from that seam. Okay, so we got the back of the pants done now. Look how clean that is. And now we're gonna move on to the waistband. If you are enjoying the video so far, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with a friend that might need this information. And also follow me on Instagram. I took a little Instagram break here. I like to talk to people on there. So if you have any questions, follow me on Instagram. And yeah, back to the pants. So I didn't show it here. I'm so sorry for that. But you're going to mark where you need to match the waistband at. There's a few ways you can do this. You can either eyeball it just based on the previous seam that we did, or you can take the actual measurements that you need and do it based off of that to see how much you need to take away. So if you have a 28 waist and the pants need to be 26, then you know you can take 2 inches off. The denim waistband usually comes in 2 sides, so make sure you're sewing one side at a time, and then we're gonna mesh those 2 sides together later. But now here we're just sewing the first side, and then we're gonna sew the other side. Cut off the excess, leaving about 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch, your preference. So just to remove any confusion, I did not sew both sides yet, but I do want to make this be known. So here you're going to open up the seam that you just did, and then the crease that was there previously, you're gonna just go ahead and fold those down on both sides. So open the middle seam up and then fold down on the outer parts. And then we're gonna go ahead and pin to attach the waistband to the pant. Busted a day, fighting crime, trying to save us. This is the last seam. So you're gonna sew across that bottom part and then across the top part. Clean up those seams, and then you're not done. I don't even know why I was just saying it's the last seam. I'm gonna leave that as is. You have to put the belt loop back on, duh. So I forgot that I was doing 2 pair of jeans for this girl, so I accidentally put 2 belt loops on 1 pair of pants. The technique is still the same, just make sure you put as many belt loops back on as you took off. And now you're done. Look at how clean this looks. If the belt loop was in the middle, then you wouldn't be able to see that little line there. But regardless, very clean. Doesn't even look like we did anything. If I had the same thread, then it would be actually perfect. But this is how you take in your jeans. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. If you have any other ideas or any other alterations that you want me to do, let me know. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.